Okay, so tell me, Dave, I know you're going through a lot, you got a lot on your mind. Tell me what started this. What got you to this point where you felt that this is something you wanted to do for yourself?
Well, at first when I was diagnosed, they said, oh, don't worry, you won't lose your hair because of the radiation. If I was ever going bald, I'd shave my head because I just think that was kind of a cool way to go. So Bethany and I talked about it, and I said, yeah, I think I'd like to shave my head. And Bethany said, well, I'll do it too. And, sometimes things are just meant to be. And when she said that, and we started talking about it a little bit, it wasn't more than, less than a day later, I think, she was looking through some stuff online and found that St. Baldrick's raises money for kids who have cancer and to do research to fight childhood cancer by getting people to shave their heads and pledge certain amounts of money. So we thought, oh, that's really cool. And then, there were several other things that just kind of seemed to fall into place. And that's kind of how we got here.
Bethany, talk to me a little bit how you're feeling about this whole thing. I know for you it's a little different.
It is. I think it is more dramatic and takes a little more consideration and courage probably for a woman to do it. Certainly someone middle-aged like I am, that because there's
who has nice hair.
There's it's pretty radical. We're in a youth-obsessed, beauty-obsessed society, and although there are a lot of young women who are doing this, I think in a very fierce and beautiful way, I've had to think long and hard about it. I volunteered it up with Dave, pretty quickly. He has cancer, and I was like, yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah.
And then I've been back and forth about that for a while, but then found out a lot more about St. Baldrick's and certainly about the incredible number of children with cancer, and you just think, how could I not? And I think that's all part of the process. I mean, it's all so courage based. Have the courage to ask, and these children, the amount of courage they have to do what they do. I mean, you listen to the stories of the moms of two of the organizers for Placerville, the event that we're participating in, have both lost children. And on top of that loss is the pain and suffering for months and years until that moment. It's a twofold reason for us. It's to raise money for a really beautiful cause, and it's also a connection between Dave and I in terms of his process and his journey through cancer and how we're going to share that as much as possible. And what it will do for us is bring us closer. So I think my biggest fear is not about shaving my head and the aftermath of that. The biggest fear is what cancer treatment does to people. If you survive the cancer, quite often your quality of life is not awesome. And that's one of the things we're learning and we see in the stories of the children is, yes, you've survived cancer and it's amazing and it's a gift. And the reality of your quality of life and what that treatment has done to you in order for you to live. That's what going bald is going to remind me of. And all the more reason to do it.
It's been really an interesting experience. I think my first reaction was I was really pissed off. I mean, it was just a grand inconvenience. That's what I kept telling Bethany. It's just such a grand inconvenience, We just moved down here, or we're just getting ready to move down here when I found out. And, I just sucked. It was like, geez, it's just, the timing's just not good. And again, the timing is never really good. But, it's been interesting. It does change your attitude about life. I mean, it just does. I think for some people it changes their attitude in a bad way, and in others it changes their attitude in a good way. I would just ask that people really think about donating to the cause, whether they donate to Bethany's account or my account or somebody else's account. The St. Baldrick's group is doing a lot of really great work.
this is about the symbolism of in sickness and in health. And when whatever is happening for each of us, we are there together in it as much as possible. And I can't do the treatments for you.
Yeah, of course.
And if I could, I would.
Yeah.
So this is what I can do.